A beautiful morning to you all. You are welcome to today's edition. And I'll be discussing something very interesting, something that will interest us today. Now, the last time I talked about the past, how some of us, we have so magnified our past that we now live and dwell in them. Now, the question is, what if we made mistakes in the past that are now tormenting us? What is that mistake that you have made in the past that is now taking over of your future and your present? What is that mistake? Please remember the pencil and the eraser. That the pencil is meant to write, while the eraser is meant to erase. Erase what? Mistakes, of course. So you are not actually supposed to dwell on your mistakes. Yes, you have made the mistake. Move on. Move on. Mistakes are inevitable. There is no man on earth, ask questions. Ask. No man on earth that hasn't made a mistake. They must have given you names, useless girl, that said all manner of things to you. You cannot amount to anything. You can't be useful again. Your life is finished. My dear, tell yourself the truth. I might have made mistakes, but my future is glorious. I might have made mistakes, but I'm going to learn from my mistakes and make my life better. Remember, whatever you make of today determines where you go tomorrow. Let's not dwell on the mistakes. Move ahead. Move on. It's a normal thing. Mistakes are part of us. You can't do without them. Even when you consciously try that you don't want to make mistakes, you still make them. So let's not dwell on our mistakes, please. Let's move on. Even in your relationship, you've made mistakes in the past, and because of that, you've told yourself that I will never get married, I will never fall in love again. My dear, there are still perfect men. There are still wonderful men out there. They might not be really perfect just the way you want, but you can give it a try. They're just mistakes. You might have made mistakes in your past relationships. It shouldn't stop you. It shouldn't stop you. It shouldn't limit you. It shouldn't bring you down. It shouldn't demoralize you. Please, let's move on. Move on. Move on. Move on. Move on. The Lord has a glorious future. We read it yesterday in Isaiah chapter 43, verse 18. That the Lord He said we should not remember the former things. That He's going to do a new thing. He is already doing new things. Please, let's be partakers of these new things that the Lord wants to do. Forget about those mistakes and move on. The Lord bless you. See you next week. Goodbye.